Hello. This
Hey,
is How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm Deborah Bird. I'm with Anxiety Eliminated. I'm a certified hypnotherapist and health coach. And who do we have the pleasure of sharing with today?
My name is Samantha Mott.
Great, Samantha. Wonderful. So you came to see me maybe a couple of months ago. And just mentioning up front, we have done all of our sessions via phone and Zoom, via FaceTime and phone. We've never
Right.
met each other face to face. And so I thought we would take some time here to share what some of your gains were in our time together, which has been about 2 months, 5 or 6 sessions, something like that.
Right.
Specific number isn't really necessary. So, what were some of the things you came to hypnosis for?
Well, I was having some issues. I was struggling with a sugar addiction, having some social anxiety, generalized anxiety. That's basically it.
Good. And so do you remember what some of your intensity levels were? I always rate everything on a scale of 10 to 1, 10 high and 1 low. Do you remember what some of your, let's go with the sugar addiction. What was your intensity level on that? Do you remember? I have it written down if you don't.
I think what I initially had started out was probably around a 7 to 8.
Okay, good. Right on target. And what about the social anxiety? What was the intensity level of that for you?
I I think it was probably around the same, maybe a little bit lower.
Okay. And I think it was right around the same for the generalizing.
Okay.
Great. So tell us a little bit about your journey. And were you, when you first came to hypnosis, were you thinking, oh, hypnosis is going to heal everything, I feel 100% confident? Or were you feeling more of a question about it? Or tell us a little bit about that.
I was feeling I kinda just went into it more as, like, an experience and experiment, to just kinda see, like, what is this about? I really didn't know, what it was. I'd never done it before. I didn't expect that it would be you know, that it would heal everything, fix everything, but I was pleasantly surprised at how, my thinking changed and how I had improvements at the end of our sessions.
Good. So tell us a little bit about what that feels like to be on the receiving end of this kind of therapy and watching those changes happening in yourself. And maybe give us, if you want to, some examples about uh, how hard it was or how easy it was. Or, I mean, did you have to really struggle to make the changes, or were the changes relatively easy? Or
The experience overall was really easy. I enjoyed the sessions. Afterwards, it took a little bit of time, and I think 2 or 3 sessions at least to kind of get you know, the after work kind of programmed in doing, if I had certain triggers to think about it and to kind of work through that.
mhm,
But it once, you make a practice of it, it
mhm.
started to get easier and easier.
Nice, good. And so now let's go through and rate some of these things. What is the intensity level of your sugar addiction now?
I would just say maybe 3 at the highest, and most days 1 to 2. I'm doing really good with that.
Good. So that went down a good 7 points, 6 points, something like,
Right,
depending on the day, because it varies like anything. What is,
right.
what is your social anxiety like now? What intensity
That
put on that?
Yeah, that I would say around a 2 to 3 also. I really going into situations now and not feeling that burden. It's not really coming up, as it was before. Not something, that now that I have to think about and be like, "Oh gosh," that's coming up. I'm just kind of going into, social situations with ease.
Okay. if you care to, would you care to tell us a little bit about what it was like to go into a social situation before you met me and what it's like now, being as specific or as general as you care to?
Before kind of thinking about the situation leading up to it, like, oh, who am I going to see? What am I going to say? Just having some, anxiety about it, kind of playing through it in my head, um, having worries about things that probably wouldn't even happen, things of that nature. After working on it with you, I really am not having those struggles beforehand, and then when I get there, I'm feeling much more present,
Mhm.
um, enjoying conversations, not really in my head as much.
Good, excellent. And what about your overall anxiety? What kind of improvement? We didn't actually go over your number, but your starting number, but tell us a little bit about what changes you might have seen there.
With that, we worked on some like breath work and things like that. I had a couple of tools that Deborah gave to me,
Mhm.
and so whenever I am feeling that anxiety, I use those, and it's really grounded me and kind of brought me back. So I would say again, general anxiety is, some days it could be around a 3, but most days 1 to 2.
Mhm.
Some days I'm not even thinking about it, which is great.
Great. So, you had some unusual experiences that we talked about in your last session. Uh,
Right.
is there anything that you would like to share about that, or um,
I think that this work can kind of bring up some maybe deep-seated issues that could be worked on, that you could kind of delve into. But overall, it's really brought an awareness to me and kind of helped me um, look at my thoughts in a larger scope,
mhm,
and kind of see outside of myself in a way.
good. So now you have some tools that you can use when
Right.
we finish and complete our work together. We're not even done with the last sessions, but when we finish and complete our work together, you have some tools and some videos and things like that that you can use
Right.
forever. Wonderful, Samantha. You've been so wonderful to work with, and I appreciate your time today. And this is helping so many people who don't know that hypnosis works really well, and these health coaching tips and tools that I have that go along with it. And anyway, I appreciate you taking the time today.
Thank you, Deborah. It's been a good experience. Thank you.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.